So, last time we met, Callan met with Val and agreed to trade their 2 Zodiac stones to her in exchange for the Amulet of Mind Reading and for her to call her men off during the attack. She disclaimed the attack would be the next day at noon, so they started to prepare. You met with Brunduk and formed a defense strategy in the Citadel during the deliberations, however. Jim and Thea showed up to help. The fight was brutal, but Jim turned the tide pretty early as he polymorphed into a mammoth and demolished the enemy's front line. Lorstis had a duel with Orzuk in the courtyard as Callan, Thea, and the archers rained hell from above and peppered the giants. It was a close battle near the end. Lorstis started to have his strength stolen from him, but in a battle of strength he managed to overcome. Shortly after, he collapsed and found himself standing in the presence of Grumish, the Orcish god of war. He told Lorstis that he had been watching him and was pleased so far. He tasked him to travel the land and test his strength against ancient beings, and if he accomplished this, he would be rewarded. Failure, however, would result in the eternal damnation, and he would be doomed to fight in the fields of battle forever. Lorstis acquired Craven Edge and decided to wield this sentient weapon. It pleads to be fed the blood of his enemies in return for power.
I just want to go ahead and say this is probably the best decision I ever made.
Likely. So, as you guys rest up in Findar, what are you going to do?
Well, there's not much else we really should be doing in town other than saying our goodbyes.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I said last week. Or if you remember everything that it was.
I don't remember what it was. Can you remind me?
That guy's shop.
What
I
about it?
forgot the name of it.
Oh, where
I
you
was
got
gonna-
the boom boom arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was gonna invest in it. And
Let me pull it up. I think I got it here somewhere.
have him
I think I had it in my notebook.
get in talks with our guy.
Frederick?
Yeah, Frederick.
Yeah, let me find that. There's some fucking strange notes there. Stashi.
Ah,
Alright, let's see here. Oh. Anyways, so you return to that man's shop. I have the name here, I just can't find it right now. You return to his shop, and the old, kind of fatter old man looks up at you as he was tinkering at his table, and he says, "Ah, hello. Brings you back here, so boy.
I actually have a proposition for you.
Oh, what's that?"
Well, you see, in our keep, we also have someone that's very similar to your talents, and I think you two could help each other out.
It's possible. How do you think we could help each other?
Exchanging notes and possibly journeying, looking at each other's shops and seeing the improvements that can be made with each other's help. And I'd like to invest into the shop while I'm here.
Oh, that'd be mighty kind of you. I wouldn't mind, tossing some ideas off the wall for someone else who's acquired a taste for tinkering.
How does 2,000 gold sound?
Well, that sounds mighty fine. And he puts his little gadget down and says, "Well, I don't get too much business around here, but that kind of gold would help out quite a bit."
Consider it done.
He gladly takes the gold and says, "Any time you wish to return, and let your man know where I am, and I'll always be around. I'm grown up here, so I'll be in this shop."
We'll get communication set up right away.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in the town?
Not that I know.
Lorstis?
we've done what we gotta do.
So,
hell is that noise?
It's music.
Oh,
So, if there's nothing left in Findor for you guys to do, where would you like to go?
Well,
Actually, while I'm here, I'll probably send a
Oh.
letter to Frederick at the keep, letting him know.
Yeah, that's simple enough.
Tell him about the guy's gun and stuff he has.
Yeah, they've got a little courier system. You go and it's kind of like, you know, Pony Express kind of thing. There's a guy
Yeah.
saddling up a horse. He looks over at you. What kind of letter are you sending? Just the information about this guy?
Yeah, things that he has in the shop and things like that.
Simple enough. The guy he charges you, you know, a fee of about 2 gold to get the letter that far away, but you can get it there.
Yep. And like tell him about the figurines and stuff that he had, of the siege weapons and
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, simple enough. You can get a letter going. Anything else?
I think I'm good.
So, where do you guys want to go?
well, I suppose we ought to start heading back towards our keep.
Alright. So, you all gather around, start making your journey back. Takes you, like I said, this was like a month and some change of a journey. And about halfway through the journey, it starts to turn back into the familiar forests. And as it does, you guys set up camp one evening. And as you do, I want you guys to roll perception checks. Well, who's going to be on watch, rather?
I'll go for it.
Alright, go ahead and roll a perception check.
23.
23. Kellen, so you guys set up camp, and everyone else is sleeping. You sit watching the fire. But you get a peculiar sense about you. The moon is full in the sky. And when you start to look around, feel a strange presence. And as you look, you kind of circle the camp and you notice that you guys made camp in a very interesting location. You made camp at seems where you made camp there was a circle of mushrooms. As you look back up in the sky, it's empty. There is no moon. As you look around, the sky is a hazy purple, almost like a twilight color.
Can I see, like, is my companion's tent and stuff still there?
Oh yeah, you guys are still all together.
Is there anything around us besides mushrooms and trees?
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay, what's Jax doing?
Staying
Or do I
up,
roll
he's-
perception for him?
Okay.
15.
He seems confused. His hairs are up on end, but as you look around, you don't see any immediate threats right now.
Is this the place from my dreams?
Not quite, but you do notice that the sky is very similar. It also had that purple twilight color.
Well, I guess I'll move to the tents and wake them up and tell them something's going on.
Okay. So, Callan rises you all up. You each see the same thing. The sky is a purple haze, twilight.
Well, that
Is
ain't right.
anything around us? Or, like, do we see anything? Or is it
Forest.
just
In your immediate area, the forest seems familiar. It seems like the place you made camp at. Unless you want to like take a walk around and explore beyond.
Yeah, I'm feeling brave. I say we explore a little bit. Something's fucky.
Alright, I guess we'll move around a little bit.
All right. Any input, Jim?
Nope. I'm just gonna go along with it.
All right. So, as you all walk immediately beyond this circle, things don't seem familiar. Callan, you're pretty good with wilderness, but this seems ancient and much different than the forest you recall passing through. As you look around, the trees are very large and very wide, and the underbrush is hard even for you to traverse at times. As you look beyond, though you guys travel, the sky doesn't seem to change. While you're traveling, let's get everyone to go ahead and roll a perception check.
Nat 20.
Everyone else?
17.
Jim?
One moment. Three.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are traveling, Callan, this place, it seems unfamiliar to you, but at the same time, there's a sense of familiarity. You've never been here, but something to it calls out to you. But as you're wandering, you hear the distinct rustling in the leaves far up above your heads. You look around and you see movement, but you don't see anything that would be causing the movement. And you hear,
Does the place feel magical?
oh yeah.
Okay.
And as you look around, both you and Lorstis can hear the distinct, it almost seems like a clicking noise, but it's in the rhythm, it's almost like laughter. And as you look around, you look around at Jim, and you see a large white spider that's currently coming out of invisibility behind him, creeping up. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Shit.
18.
23.
Okay.
18.
Nice. So, Lors, did you also have an 18?
Yeah, I did.
Which one of you guys wants to go first? You can discuss.
I'll let Lorst go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay, I'll go before him.
And Callan had a 23.
Yep.
What Jax have?
14.
Oh, AJ, write down what the con save for that sword is.
You didn't write it down?
Yeah, what was it like?
It was like 12, but let me look it up.
It was. I want to say it was 12.
I think it was, but I'm going to look it up.
Okay. I wrote down everything else, just not the con save.
Yeah, it's 12. So, Callan, you're up first as you turn and see a large, pale white spider coming into visibility behind Jim.
I will immediately turn and fire arrows at it.
Alright, go ahead and roll your attacks. 27's definitely going to hit, and 18's going to hit.
Is this considered a beast?
Yeah, we'll call it a beast. 13.
Oh, no, that should be another 9.
Another 9. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it'll be 20, 22.
Okay. So as you immediately fire, Jim, arrows whiz past you, and as you turn and look at their target, you see this huge white spider behind you. As this purplish blood starts pouring out onto the ground from where Talon's arrows impacted it. Lorstis, you're up.
Well, I guess it's time for you to see new Craven Edge. Enter Rage and charge at the big boy.
Go for it.
Alright. Alright.
14 misses, but 26 hits. And I'll go ahead and roll its con save for you all to see. Fail.
And it takes 14 points.
So it takes 14 points, Lorstis. As you rush up, slash into it once, its purple blood immediately sucked up into Craven Edge. And you can hear his voice in your ears. Yes. Feed me more. As your muscles start to bulge up and you gain 1 point of strength.
Let's get swole, boys.
Jim, you're up next. Lorstis at your side, feeding his blade on the spider.
Alright. I rear back my rapier and I lunge at it, attempting to stab.
Alright, go ahead and make your attacks.
20 plus 0. So just 1d. Shit.
You turn and thrust. As you do, the spider is unnaturally quick for its size. It immediately scurries up the back of the tree that was behind it, and you hear it turning its head at you, its teeth clicking as it...
Is that the same clicking we were hearing?
Oh, yes. So, Jax's turn.
Did it like climb the tree now, or what? Or
It was mostly flavor text.
Flavor.
okay,
It like just kind of darted up like maybe a foot or two just to get its body away from Jim.
how bad?
10 unfortunately misses as Jax also runs up. The spider scurries around him. Thea, however, is going to try and make her shots against it. She's going to land both of hers. Alright. She's going to do 15 damage to it. As she fires, both of her arrows sever its spine as it drops, its legs curling up. And as that happens, Callan, you hear a soft, scratchy voice behind you as it says, "Turn around, human." And as you turn, you see another spider
Barely.
dangling from a web, fixing to attack you. Hits you once and then rolls a nat 1.
How much damage did I take?
I'm rolling that right now. Can you roll a Constitution check for saving throw for me?
Yep. It's a beast, so I have advantage on saving throws against him.
Yep.
18.
18, you'll definitely pass. So you're gonna take. So half of that. Sorry. 13 points of damage as it bites into you, and you feel the poison injecting into your body. You're able to resist most of it. Its full effect doesn't take place. So you took half of the intended damage from the poison. And now, Lorstis.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just an attack roll, never mind. What's your DC?
My armor class?
Yeah, sorry, your AC.
16.
16. Just barely manages to hit. Okay. So, Lorstis, as you watch this spider fall, feeling the rush of energy through your body, you immediately feel something heavy pressing down on your shoulders. As you turn, you feel 8 very spindly legs on your back as they start to scurry around your body. And you try to stop it as you realize what's happening, but it's too late. You're already wrapped up and restrained by webbing. As another spider restrains you.
Nice.
So, we're back up to Callan. There's now 2 more spiders in the fray.
Alright, I'm gonna use my swords. And it's a bonus action to light both of them?
Yes.
And is it an action, or a bonus action to light just one?
Yeah, you can choose to light one or both.
Okay, well then I will use my bonus action to light both.
Okay.
And so there's just 2 attacks with the main hand then? Right.
Yeah, with the main hand, because the offhand is a
Okay.
bonus action. It's kind of the trade-off there, I think.
Gotcha. 24 and
Oh
26.
yeah, those hit. Oh yeah.
Alright, this is big boy damage now. So that's a 2d6 plus like 20 something. There'd be 14 for the basic hits hitting. Another 8 for the favored enemy. And then with
Don't
the
you
swords
get
are
some
plus
dice?
5 against the beast.
And don't you also get, since it's on fire, don't you roll some fire damage for that?
And an extra d6. Oh, I guess I'll make that 3d6.
Big boy damage.
No, wait, no.
Are these short swords or?
Short swords.
So it'd be 2d6 for the 2 hits, and then
Yeah,
an
yeah.
additional 2d6 for the fire damage.
Yes. 35 on that hit. And 7 from the fire.
All right. So that's a total of 43,
42.
42. Yeah. So as you say your elven words and turn, slashing twice this spider, its webbing catches, and it topples to the ground, scurrying around on the ground as its body is aflame. As it looks back up, it's already looking rough. Not looking good. It is Lorstis' turn. You are currently webbed up.
I get a strength check to
Yeah,
break
you can
out of the
roll
web.
like an athletics
Alright.
check.
All right, and I think I get advantage on those since I'm raging, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, so
Yeah, 22 will definitely do it. As you just flex your muscles and rip through the webbing, the spider kind of scurries backwards a little bit, looking for an opening on you. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of your turn. It is now
Jim, get it.
Jim's turn.
Alright. I rear back again, but instead of attempting to stab it, this time I wait, am I in range enough that I could hit it with my arm?
With your arm,
Yes.
you could try.
Then that's what I'll do. I try and slam my fist in the butt of my rapier into it to squish whatever part I can get my hand on.
Okay.
19.
All right.
Jim punches the spider.
Pretty much. What's your rapier's damage?
Let me. I think it's +1.
Plus 1.
Let me just double check that
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
Jim. By the way, I should have mentioned it earlier, but I just reminded myself of it. What do you have any dexterity on, Jim?
Yes,
What's
I have 2.
You have +2 dexterity on Jim?
Yes.
So when you're rolling your rapier, it'll be 1d20 plus... What's your proficiency bonus? Is +4 right now?
Yes.
So it'll be +4 +2 +1 because you got a +1 rapier. So it'll be to attack 1d20 plus 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, did our
I
proficiency
mean,
bonus increase?
with a base
What
19
level
though,
are you guys right now? Still 11?
Yeah.
No, it's still
So-
4 right now.
Yeah, okay. Mine's been at 3 the whole time. Fuck.
So let me add plus 6 to that 19, and that gives me
It
25.
still definitely hits. Actually, it'd be +7, I believe. Because you've got a +1 rapier. I remember you getting it. In,
Oh right, yes.
And that means your damage will be +3 whenever you roll damage. So to hit is going to be +7, and your damage is going to be a 1d8 +3.
All right. So
But anyways, since I like your gusto here, go ahead and roll your regular rapier damage and add an additional +2 to it.
1d8 plus 3 plus 2.
Yeah. Just for this attack, since I like your gusto. 11? Yeah, there you go.
So proficiency, that goes to a attack bonus and the damage type, right?
Just attack bonus.
Okay. Well, that's going up then.
Proficiency is to hit, but that doesn't go to your actual damage.
And then it increases on everything I'm proficient in, right? Like
Yes,
skills?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta upgrade those.
So that goes by +1 if you were just using +3.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, so Jim, as you just slam your fist down on this spider, its legs go flat as it scurries, finally pushing itself back up and looking at you, a low hissing sound coming from in between its teeth. Jax's turn.
He's gonna attack the one I attacked. I assume his proficiency bonus went up too then?
Yeah,
Shares
his
mine?
would go
Okay.
up with yours.
15, is that it?
Unfortunately, just barely misses these spiders.
Okay.
As Jax goes up, it shoots another web up and tries to scurry up kind of at face levels. Jax leaps up, his claws just barely missing this thing. Thea is going to try and shoot it out of the air. And she just barely manages to hit once. Not for too much damage, but this spider's starting to look rough, Callan. The one that, as you watch Jax jump up and try to get it as it's scurrying back up the tree, an arrow slams into it. It's barely dangling from the web. But now, it's the spider's turn. This one's going to try and attack Lorstus again. And your armor class is 16, Lorstus?
16.
Okay. As soon as this dice decides it wants to roll, there it goes. No, with a 7 and a nat 1, it's not going to hit you. As it tries, you backhand it, sending it scurrying across the ground. Another one, however, appears behind Jim. Again. As Jim, you hear the low, raspy voice. You'll do great for our brood mother. What's your AC?
My AC is 14.
14. It manages to hit you both times.
Fuck.
Goodbye, Jim.
Can you make one Constitution saving throw for me, Jim?
Sure. Tab. Here it is. Oh, no.
So you're going to take the full poison damage. It rolled all ones on its poison damage. Alright. So, luckily you didn't take very much damage, Jim. As it bites into you twice, its legs wrapping
God damn
around
it,
you.
John.
You take the full 14 points of damage as you feel the poison ejecting into you, but you also feel some dripping down your back. It seems like it didn't get a very good... It didn't sink its teeth into you as good as it could have.
How many points of damage did I just take?
14. And
Fine. Fine. I got 22 left.
That one is going to make one last attempt at Callan. What's your AC, Callan?
15.
15. So both of these just barely managed to hit you. Go ahead and make one of those Constitution saves for me. Yeah. Luckily,
Okay,
luckily
17.
enough, you pass it. As it bites into you, you're gonna take. 19 points of damage. As it, sorry, I had to halve part of the roll and not the other part. As it sinks its teeth, as it snaps the web off and leaps onto you again, sinking its teeth into your chest. You grab it and toss it off onto the ground as you feel the poison inject into you. You seem pretty resistant to this poison, though. For whatever reason, it's not taking its full effects on you. And now we're back
Yeah.
up to you, Callan. This
Now I'm
guy,
gonna murder it.
he's not looking good. 16's definitely going to hit. 19's definitely going to hit.
And the offhand, does that get the plus 10 or no?
No, the offhand you got to roll
Oh.
without modifiers.
Yeah, 13.
13 unfortunately misses, but I don't think you're going to need that.
Yeah, I think we got a dead spider coming up. Some barbecue.
Want to go ahead and roll damage?
Yeah, I'm adding it up. Actually, let me just scroll down and see what it was.
I think...
Did 34 kill it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I still had extra to roll.
So as you slash into this thing once, sending its, like, half of its eyes scattering onto the ground, you twist your sword around and slam it right into its back. You see its poison eking out of it, and just big hunks of meat cut off as you tear your sword through this sucker. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Lorstus.
Oh, even the right damage.
I'm gonna I'm gonna stare down at the one that just that I just backhanded. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah, those are both gonna hit.
wait. No, not a 20. Hey,
This guy's hacking.
2d6 plus 9. John, when you hit twice like that, could you do me a favor? Could you just double that, so instead of doing 2d6 and 2d6, can you just do 46 plus 18?
okay,
Just so it does the math for me, you know what I'm saying?
okay.
21 and 18, so that's going to be 39. Just enough to kill it. And I need to make some
Yeah,
con rolls for it. That's a fail.
Turns out
That's a
that
pass.
27 I hit was supposed to be 32, actually.
Shit. But yeah, so, Lorstus, you gain one more point of strength as you
Ah,
cleave this black onyx-like sword through the spider, cutting it in half. As it's the blade is completely free of its purple blood as it just seeps into it, and you hear the voice, "Yes." And I forgot to mention something. When Lorstus unsheathed this sword, you all noticed something. Lorstus is now covered in this. He has this shadow enveloping him. Almost seems living as the shadow moves with him. It's now
This
Jim's
sword-
turn.
definitely cursed, but I don't fucking care.
This sword's cursed. Ooh, plus 1 strength.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of which, now you're at 22 strength, right?
Yeah, I am. So I go up to +6, nigga.
Only until your next rest, short or long.
Ooh, plus 1 strength.
I'm not resting. We going strong.
Jim, you have one more spider attacking you. How are you going to handle it?
How close is this spider to?
It's in melee range, but if you want to, you can still cast a spell.
A terrible grin crosses my face as I sheath my rapier, raise my hand in the direction of the spider, and cast Otto's Irresistible Dance.
What's it got to make
Oh,
with
no.
that? Let me check. So let's see here. Oh, damn it. My fucking spells book crashed on my phone. Otto's Irresistible Dance. So, it needs to make... Oh! No, it doesn't have to. It doesn't make a save. It just happens. Okay. So, as you watch Jim raise his hand with this terrible shit-eating grin on his face, you watch as he mutters an incantation. Almost humming an incantation because he's a bard. And the spider, all 8 of its legs begin doing
The Charleston.
a merry jig. As the spider looks very confused as its legs start just dancing irresistibly.
Cossack dance.
It's Jax's turn now, unless Jim wants to move.
It's doing that fucking Russian dance, you know?
That's the Cossack dance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that the end of your turn, Jim?
Yes.
Okay, Jax.
Yeah, right.
22 is definitely going to hit. But I'm going to give you, if you want, you can roll and see if you get a crit, because you got good advantage on him right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it still hits. $15 points?
Yep.
Bad. So as Jax just runs up and just starts tearing into this dancing spider. It is now Thea's turn, who is going to try to murder this spider with advantage. No crits, but both of her attacks smoke them. For 21 points of damage. As both of her arrows whiz past Jax to land into this thing. It's going to try and break out of it, but I don't think it's going to. What's your spell save DC, Jim?
Let me check my file. Get it.
It's going to be 8, 4...
Oh, come on. Did I not?
It's
Right.
going to be 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier if you don't have it written down.
Okay, so it's 8.
8 plus 4 plus whatever your charisma is.
It's 17.
Okay, 17, it fails. So it's still dancing and can't do anything. Callan,
I'm gonna murderificate the spider.
14 misses, but you
I
have
have
advantage,
advantage
25 hits. 21
21.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Just kill it. Mercy roll.
Did 33 kill it? That more damage if you.
God
if it
damn,
didn't.
plus 32?
Yep.
Why is it plus 32?
2 hits, so it's normally plus 7, so that goes to 14. Favorite enemy, 2 hits, plus 4, so it's plus 8. Special swords, plus 5 against beast, 2 hits, normally plus 5, so it's plus 10.
Oh, yeah, that kills it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I
Yes.
had an offhand attack and potentially 3 more 6s to roll.
Yeah, so as you just walk up, you just walk up and lob the spider's head off as it just drops limp to the
Just give
floor.
up. Murder the fucking thing.
All right.
Callan, it's fun.
Don't know what you said,
No.
but yeah,
Oh, am I gooking?
you were at that moment.
Discord's just fun.
Yeah. So as the battle ends, Lorstis, with the shadow enveloping him, his muscles larger than ever.
You feeling okay?
I'm posing.
You get like a little dark.
All right.
I'm the
Okay.
fourth pillar man.
were already 4 pillarmen.
I'm the 5th pillarman.
There you go.
I go beyond perfect cars, nigga.
So, with the spider slain, the area seems to be calm for now.
Is it still all magically fucky?
Oh yeah. You see, the forest is still unknown to you, and the sky is still a purple haze.
Well, then let's keep on trucking, boys. I feel healthy as ever.
Okay. So, Callan,
Yep.
let's go ahead and roll a survival check. Just see how well you... 12? Okay. So, that's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Close enough. So, as you were traveling, Callan.
Yep.
You, lead the party through this forest, and though it's unknown to you, you feel compelled to an area. And eventually you come to a... It seems to be a running river. And across... In the center of it, you see... Let me find it real quick. Oh, what was it? I'll be right back with you as soon as I find a picture of this thing so I can describe it. This isn't even the right book. Alright, sorry, give me one more second. Alright, maybe that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You see this it seems like a feminine creature. As it sits out in the pond, it seems familiar, or in the river, it seems familiar to you, Callan. Though it's not exactly how you remember it, it does seem familiar. It's this blue, almost elven-looking woman, but not, you just can tell it's not an elf. She has hair almost, it seems to be almost made out of water. And as she looks up, she smiles and says, "I have been expecting you. Welcome, Callan."
I guess I'll approach and seems I'm at a disadvantage here. You're expecting me and I don't know anything about you.
Of course you wouldn't. Your parents, though, they have visited this place many times. I welcome you to the Fae. And I have called you here for, well, a task that I cannot complete on my own.
Well, maybe I can help.
It says, "Through this forest and under the mountain, Beyond, you'll find a tree larger than any others, the World Tree. Within it lies a dark being. It is cursing the Fae. Your parents have cleansed things within here for me several times, and now I call upon you. Head to this tree and cleanse it for me.
What kind of beast is in the tree?
I am not sure. All I know is that it emanates a dark radiance. Once, the spirit of an ancient elf resided there, but I fear he may have been corrupted by this being. Cleanse it for me, and try to save his spirit, and I will reward you.
Do you control the Fae?
No, I only live within it.
What is your name?
What languages do you speak, Callan?
I speak Common, Elvish, Goblin, and Dwarf.
She speaks, but you don't understand what she's saying. And I should mention that she is speaking, other than this, she's speaking in Elven. So,
Gotcha.
she speaks, but she says, she looks at you and says, though you do not recognize my tongue,
That is true.
in your speak, you may call me Morea.
Very well, Maria.
Once you've completed the task, you will be rewarded, and I will return you back to your mortal plane. But the Fae is very dangerous and very different than where you come from, Callan. You will face many tasks and tribulations on your path.
I seem to be a little bit used to that.
Through the forest, underneath and through the mountain, across the great plain lies your destination.
Well, I guess if we want to leave, we better be off.
She nods and sinks back into the water.
I will go back to the group and I just tell them how to get out, what we need to do.
So we go to this big tree, kill the thing in it, and we get to leave.
Yep, that's the gist of it.
Well, killing's the thing we're best at.
I suppose let's get started.
Did she tell you where to go?
That away, which was over the mountain underneath and that across the plain.
Over the mountain and through
Something
the woods.
like that.
Oh, fuck it. It's a big fucking tree. It can't be that hard to find. It's a world tree. Those things are huge, dude.
Suppose it was magically hidden.
Get out of here, the crazy ideas, Jim. Well, I guess we can head off in the direction she indicated.
Alright.
Yeah. Let's get moving. We got some killing to do.
You guys travel for quite a long time through this forest, and it seems quite a ways, and it seems very different than the forest you're used to. A lot of the trees aren't necessarily just straight up. Some of them curve off to the side, roots coming up and over before they jut back into the sky. And as you travel, you see many things that seem rather, the best way to describe them would be alien to you. You see at one point there is the best way to describe them would be a tribe of tree frog looking creatures of varying colors as they sit up on a branch, and as you pass underneath them, they either spit up at you or toss acorns over your heads.
I stare up at the frogs and take one of the acorns they threw at my head and bite into it.
You do so. And
Gotta show power, you know?
I decide to pocket. Might come in handy.
you never know. So, until eventually you find yourselves at the base of quite a large mountain. And Callan, let's go ahead and roll another survival check.
28.
And as you approach it, you do a bit of scouting, Callan, and you find it's rather small, a small opening in the mountain that seems to that slant very steep downwards. And as you guys are traveling, it feels like hours, but the sky's color doesn't change at all to indicate a morning, noon, or evening. It seems you seem to be forever in a land of twilight.
I have a question.
What's up?
Since I'm in the Fae, am I still able to use conjure animals? Since it takes animals from the Fae?
That's a good question.
You know, that is a good question.
Or am I Aquaman calling them to me to help?
It might function a little differently in the Fae.
Alright.
Instead of appearing instantaneously, it might take them a minute.
Fair enough.
So, how do you guys want to approach this?
Well, she said under. So, seems this is the path.
You guys want to take any rest or anything before you head on?
Oh, hell no,
Right.
I'm not taking no rest. No sleep. Sleep
Yeah.
is for
I
the
will
weak.
take a short rest while John stays up.
Jim?
Yeah, I will also take.
Alright. So you two can roll hit dice if you'd like.
Nah.
And how many short rests do we get again?
You can take as many short rests as you want, but you only
Mhm.
have a set. You only have so many hit dice you can use.
Okay, what determines how many hit dice I have?
Your level.
Oh, okay.
And the type of dice your class.
Yeah, the type of
Gotcha.
dice is dependent on your class.
Let's see, what level am I at?
11, I believe. How
So
close
I
are you guys
have
to 12, by the way?
How much experience did I get from the spider?
I will give that to you guys at the end of the session.
Okay, well I'm 8,000 from
What
next
about,
level.
What about you two?
What is whatever the 12 is? I just hit 11, so
Oh, you guys just hit 11?
yeah. 11 was 100,000, and I'm at 102,000.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Let me see real quick. Let me find that table.
Okay. Roll
So level 11 was 85,000. Level 12 was 100,000.
I guess we are level 12 then. I forgot to update my sheet with that then.
Well, but the point is, we're still about 18,000 away
Yeah.
from our next
Yeah,
level.
I just didn't know what. I thought you guys were still level 11, is what I was asking. Jim, how much experience do you have?
I have 92,000.
Yeah, okay. So Jim's just about level 12 then.
What is the XP I need to be level 13?
120K.
120,000.
Okay.
Right.
All right, I rolled.
Isn't that just
21.
about how much you needed to get back to full?
That's exactly how much I need.
So, are you guys good to continue on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, as you guys travel into this mountain, it heads steep. There's a steep decline before it levels off. I'm going to get rid of this. Before it levels off, and you can see the path splits off into three different directions. Which way would you guys like to go?
Callan, which
Do
direction does your heart point you in?
Do I like sense anything or anything like that?
Roll. Roll a nature check. Do they have just nature checks?
Yep.
Roll that.
16.
You know you're supposed to go through this mountain, and that seems to be directly straight. However, you're also familiar that caves can be labyrinthine, and the direct path may not always be the quickest path.
Can I commune with my animal spirit and see if they might have an idea?
You can try it. How long does it take to do that?
Oh, I've never done before, so I don't fucking know.
Well, you guys need you gotta know these kind of things. Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I think that's like a ritual thing.
Only as a ritual. Do so a spiritual version while the animals you chose were totem spirit.
Commune with
Appears to
nature.
you.
So let me look at commune with nature. Just 1 minute. Not too bad. Yeah, you can try it.
Fuck it, let's talk to some spirit bears.
So, Lorstus, as you take a minute to kind of call on your inner rage, your spirit, you see coming down the base or down into the mountain behind you a large translucent bear with almost a red haze in the center of it. As it sits down, it looks at you, cocking its head and saying, Lorstus of Fendar, why have you called on me this day?
Great bear, we seek the world tree.
He looks around and says, I see you found yourselves in the Fae. Yes. If you'd like to get through this mountain. Let me see what this thing actually knows. You can ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no, but I'll probably give some leeway on that. Aren't necessarily omniscient. It says. So it looks and it says, it looks around and it says, the Fae is full of dangerous creatures, Lorstus. One of them resides one of these dangerous creatures resides within here. To the straight path you will lead, I can smell their feeding grounds. This will certainly lead to doom. To the left and right, one of these perhaps will lead to the other end, of which I am not sure.
I thank the Great Bear for his help.
And it dissipates back into the winds.
Well, boys, you heard it. Straight ahead is certain doom.
Did we hear it, or is that just something he sees?
Probably not. I think that's probably a Lorstis thing.
All right, boys.
Watch this get high on swamp.
Well, boys, I just talked to his spirit bear, and he says that straight ahead is certain doom. So we go straight ahead, right?
Can I have Jax, like, see what direction he decides to go?
Jax decides to go left.
Jax goes left. We go left.
I guess we're going left. I guess you were rolling a straight D20, 1 to 10 left, 10 to 20 right,
Yep.
or something like that.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna do.
All right, we're going left, boys.
So,
Oh boy.
as you head to the left, the path winds around until it opens up into a large room. And in this room, as you're traveling down the path, the walls and the wall, ceiling, every part of this stone starts to turn into web. And from here on out, it's going to be considered difficult terrain. Except
Can
for
I take out my sword and light it and burn the web?
You can do that, but you may need to wait a minute to actually pass through, because it seems like it's thick web and it stretches throughout this whole. It seems like it's going to go on throughout the rest of the cave. Callan, do you still ignore rough terrain as in this new ranger thing?
Yes.
So it's Callan. It's probably not going to affect, but Jim and Lorstis will probably be moving at. They'll be moving at half speed throughout here, unless you want to try to burn it. But things could get tricky there.
I will take the advice and not burn it.
So, you know, like this, as you look and peek down, it seems like this is going to go on for quite a ways, thick and heavy, and burning it would emit a lot of smoke. You guys would have to fucking like step out and wait for it to actually burn out. It'd be a tricky situation. But I mean, you can do what you want.
I'm okay with half movement speed, buddy.
That's up. All right. So are you guys going to keep going on?
Yeah.
So, you look at it opens up into this wide room, and you can see several eggs lining the walls and the ceilings, hanging down, and several different. Callan, roll a perception check.
22.
And now that you know to look for them, you see shimmering in the air as invisible bodies, probably about 4 of them, move amongst the eggs.
So, I
Do they see
say,
us?
What was that?
Or do they know we're there? We're moving on the web?
Roll a stealth check. Since Callan ignores rough terrain, I'll say he's fine, but everyone else roll with disadvantage.
yeah, I was just about to say that maybe we should be doing some pass without trace, but this is
Sorry, what are we rolling for again?
Stealth.
Uh-huh. Yep.
2.
Okay. So, Callan, as you move through the webbing, you stop, and you see the bodies all freeze up for a moment and turn, as Lorsis and Jim, trying their best to move through this web, it's sending several vibrations out through it. I'm going to need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative again.
Damn it.
It's a nice 20 you got there twice, Alex.
Thanks, man. Oh. That's even better.
Oh. You know, this is just a chance to get even more swole, boys. Gotta get beefed up for the upcoming boss fight, you know?
So, we've got... Where'd my pencil go? Where did my pencil go?
I took it.
There it is. So, Jax has a 21.
Yep.
And you could see there was about 4 of those spiders.
Oh, Alex, which one of us wants to go first?
Did you both get a 20?
Yeah.
It's up to you. You can go.
I'll let you go first.
Alright.
It's probably going to take John 2 turns to get to him, unless they move forward. But, let's see, so we got Jax, and then Lorstis, Callan. What'd you get, Jim?
I got a 16.
Oh, nice. So, first up we have Jax.
He is gonna stand by me and ready an attack.
Alright. So, as soon as Jax gets down into a ready position, the spiders start moving. As they cross the cavern, they go up to try and... One of them tries to get you, Callan, but both attacks go wide. 2 of them, the other 2, go for Lorstis, who's up next to you. And both of them...
Did they have 21s or 20s too?
yeah, they got a 21, but I let Jax go first.
Gotcha.
Lorstis is going to take 3 attacks. I'm going to need you to roll 2 con saves, Lorstis.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. That's cool.
15. The 15
That's fucking
passes,
neato.
But the 9 unfortunately does not. So,
Yo, speaking of speaking of Constitution, did I ever finish that fucking book?
I'll get back to you on that. So -7. So, oof. Lorstis, you're going to take 50 points of damage. They rolled almost all max damage. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, that's
As-
the first. I haven't been hit that hard in a long time.
Yeah, and you're not raging yet either.
I know, I'm not. Otherwise, I'd be shrugging this off.
Yeah, as they each come up and just wrap themselves around you, biting into your neck, the other one biting into your chest. You're trying to shrug them off, but they're too heavy on you. You feel the poison coursing through your body. You manage to shrug some of it off, but the other bit, not so much.
That was a third of my health.
But it's
There's
now
always
your
short rest
turn.
you can take.
Yeah, it's my turn. So, no, I'm gonna do old reliable. I'm gonna go Rage Boy, pull out my totally not cursed talking sword, and I'm gonna start fucking murking.
Since Jack's ready to attack and they like moved into range, does he get to go?
Yeah, he can go too.
Do both of those hit?
Yeah, 16 just barely manages to hit him.
All right, so let's get that 4d6 plus what was it? 18? Yeah, 18. Let's do some damage.
So, let's roll there. 2. So, you get 1 more point of strength.
I grow in power. Oh, wait a minute. Add 1 to that. Add 2 to that damage.
Okay.
I forgot that my strength score went up.
Do some quick math real quick. Alright, so as the spider bites into you, bring out your sword, the shadow enveloping you, as you grab it and pull it off of you, slashing twice at one of them, sending its deep purple blood scattering throughout the walls and such, but none of it remains on your sword as the blood seeps back into the sword.
Jack's got a 13 damage on the one attacking me.
Okay. Jim, it is your turn. No,
Isn't it my turn?
Callan, it is your turn, sorry.
Get skipped, boy.
I'm gonna use my ice sword in my main hand
Okay.
and use a bonus action to activate that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. And the 20 hit.
20 hits. 13 misses, though.
Okay, let me figure out the damage real quick.
Which one are you attacking? The one that Loris has already damaged, or the one in front of you, or...
The one in front of me, yeah.
Okay.
Is that the one Jack's attacked?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one. $26.
26.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And then Jax gets his attack right
Yeah.
again. $17 hit?
hits.
13.
Just enough. So, as this spider misses you, Jax bites into it. You pull out your ice sword, slashing through it. You see several of its legs freeze up. As it holds still, Jax creeps up and just pounces on it again, tearing this thing's insides out. One spider down. Jim.
Can I see any of them?
Yes.
Okay,
There are
so
still
some.
2 in front of Loristus and 1 more in front of Jim. Or Callan.
All right. Hold on, let me pull up the compendium here. All right. I raise my hand and I just cast Magic Missile at one of the spiders in front of Loristus.
Alright. Go ahead and roll damage. What level are you
Great.
casting at? First level, second level?
5th level.
5th level, alright, yeah. So do you know the damage on that?
Yeah, let me just pull it up compendium here. Spell creates 1 more dart for each slot above first. So, let's see, that's 5.
Starts out with 3 darts, so 3 and then an additional 4, so 7 darts. And they're each,
So,
so you're
let's see,
going to do
that's-
7d4 plus 7?
Yeah.
$30. Hell yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so the second spider in front of Lorstis. Immediate
Ooh.
Lorstis, you watch 7 darts of this blue magic energy dart past you, each slamming into this thing, sending it sprawling backwards as it barely manages to push itself back up onto its feet. Is that the end of your turn, Jim?
Yes.
Thea is going to try and attack, and she gets 1 attack in. She's going to try and help Lorstis out here. And just barely manages to kill that one you'd wounded, Lorstis, as an arrow flies past, as it embedding itself right into the thing's mouth as it just crumples, its legs curling up. We're back up to Jax.
There's another in front of me, you said?
Yep, there's 2 more left. 1 in front of you, 1 in front of Lorstis.
It's gonna attack the one in front of me.
Alright.
15.
15, damage. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. You gonna swing again?
That's Jack.
Oh, sorry, I forgot it's Jax. So 15. Yeah, so Jax pounces on this thing, getting on its back, ripping the back of its neck out. It's still standing, but it's starting to look weak. They are going to retaliate. The one that Jax is attacking is going to try and get him. What's Jax's AC?
19.
Doesn't manage to hit him. The one's going to try and hit Lorstis. Hits him once. Lorstis, I'm going to need 1 more con save from you.
Gucci.
10? Damn, you're going to take another one.
Gucci.
You are raging, though, so you do half this one. 32 points of damage.
Well, fuck, boys. Looks like I'm gonna rest anyway.
That
I'm gonna
poison,
swallow.
that poison, dude, that poison. 32 points of damage as it leaps up onto your chest, crawling up and biting you right underneath the neck. You can feel the poison seeping through. It almost gags you. It's so potent.
Oh, this thing's gonna die.
Lorstis, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit it. I cast swing.
17 hits.
I cast swing again.
20 hits.
Hey AJ, when proficiency bonus goes up, is that applied to your armor class?
No. Armor
I
class is
think-
just 10. Armor class, you get a base mod on your armor. What armor are you wearing right now?
I don't even know.
AJ, that'll be 40, not 38. I forgot to add that
Okay.
extra strength
I
again.
think I'm
That's
wearing
fine.
studded leather.
Studded leather. So it'll be
Yeah.
a base modifier for studded leather plus your dexterity, since that's like a light armor.
I was reading the Unearthed Arcana Ranger page, and it says, in addition to the areas where it normally uses proficiency bonus, an animal companion also adds its proficiency bonus to its AC and its damage rolls.
Yeah.
So that should be 20 AC now, right?
Um,
It just went up, and I didn't add it.
the proficiency bonus is not AC.
It does for animal companions on Unearthed Arcana
It does.
on the Ranger edition.
Can you read that to me one
Yeah,
more
that's
time?
what it says. Yep, your animal companion has abilities and game statistics determined in part by your level. Your companion uses your proficiency bonus rather than its own. In addition to the areas where it normally uses its proficiency bonus, an animal companion also adds its proficiency bonus to its AC and to its damage rolls.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Alright.
Alright, so 38, yeah. Lorstis, you cleave this thing in half, and it needs to make some rolls. Passes the first one, and fails the second one.
Oh, here we go, boys.
What's your strength up to?
24.
Alright. There's one left. Callan.
Alright. 25 hits, I
hits.
assume 14 doesn't.
14 misses.
Alright, one hit.
So, Alex, can you throw me some of that dank healing when we're done?
23. Is that enough to kill it?
Not quite. It's still barely standing.
Alright, well, Jax gets his attack. 19.
hits.
$16.
16. All right, that'll do it. So as you and Jax both, you plunge your sword into this thing, and Jax continues ripping its head off. These 4 spiders crumple to the ground, dead. So, Lorstis is looking pretty beat up nowadays.
I have a superior and a greater healing potion. And four graders.
Well, I've got. Let me see. I know I've got. Got 'em. I've got 2 superiors, 1 greater. I'll go ahead and drink one of those graders.
Okay.
What did I do with my? I have all the potion value. What did I do with it? Shit. $44 plus 4. Get some health back. I'll be alright. Back in the triple digits, boys. I'm good.
All right. So, how are you guys going to proceed? Continue down here?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second. Un segundo.
Oh, that potion did me that poison.
Yeah, man, you weren't making those con saves. It's no good. What's your Constitution saving throw bonus?
8.
Yeah, it's not good.
My strength is 11 now for saving.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second, fellas.
I like this greatsword, even though it's probably gonna kill me.
All right. So you continue traveling down through this cave until you find another fork in the path. One heading back south, the other one just heading straight up north.
I follow the cat again.
What were the choices?
I mean,
Left
I'm
or right?
drawing it out on the map if you
Oh, my roller wasn't over it.
oh, okay.
I would say it left.
Oh, shoot. Didn't even see that.
Yeah, I'm just kind of drawing a rough sketch of it. It's not exactly to scale.
Okay, so Mr. Bear Boy said directly down that would be death. So maybe we need to back right path instead.
I mean,
We can do that.
you want to?
That's what you want to do.
I mean, I'm just going by what my bear buddy said. If you guys want to go tangle with that, we can go tangle with that.
I mean, you can always scout things out. Kalinsk does have an invisibility cloak.
Yeah, I mean, if me and Jim can just hang back here, sneaky breaky, sneaky beaky. I mean, between
I will. Oh, what? Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say between pass without trace and your invisibility cloak, you should be fucking fine. Unless something has like true sight or something.
Alright, I will scout ahead.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth with advantage.
27.
Oh yeah. All right. So, which path are you going down, Callan? The southern or
Uh, the northern one.
so up here?
Yeah.
So, as you follow this one down, it goes on for quite a little ways, the webbing getting thicker and thicker before there is an offshoot path that heads to the east. Further down, however, you find a thick wall of webbing that you may have to cut through to continue past. Or, well, you can try to peer through it, but you'll be making a perception check with disadvantage.
So I'll try to peer through it anyways.
Okay. That's 20. And then that,
Feels bad, man.
wow.
No in between. No in betweens.
So you try to peer through this, but it's just too well crafted. It's thickly strung together, and you can just see some shadows, but that's it.
You could try to sneakily cut a peeking hole.
Good.
I'll just look see what's down the east pass.
All right. So the east path, it curves around for a little while before opening up into quite a large room, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that that river that you were in, it seems like it comes under the mountain and kind of forms like a spring. Which is this stuff.
Is there like anything in the room at all? Like,
I'm getting to that. At the
Okay.
edge of the spring, there's another little platform, and you can see there's not much in the way of webbing in this room. However, let me find these things so I can describe them to you, because they're fucking funky looking. Where are they at?
so this is what the right path led to, basically.
It seems that way.
All right.
Oh, Christ. Where'd they go? Oh, they're there. You see a lot of mushrooms in this area. And then you see... The best way to describe it, remember those drakes you saw in Draconia?
Yeah.
They're like dogs with scales. You see a creature sort of like that, but it has no scales. Its mouth opens wide as it yawns, and several long, almost tentacle-like tongues come out of it. And you can see its body is covered in spores, and it has 4 pale white eyes as little feelers. Its little gray feelers are sprouting up out of its body, almost like little tiny mushrooms. And beside it, you see, and it's kind of sleeping. There's a couple of them sleeping in the center here, and what seems to be like kind of a similar texture to his. It seems almost humanoid, but his skin is very almost a gray-green color. Seems very slimy. He's got the same pale eyes and mushroom-like roots curling down his arms.
I'll probably just back out of the room.
All right.
I'll head up to that wall and try and poke a small hole through it.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
24.
Yes, you take your field knife and just cut a small slit, and as you peer through, you see this opens up into a much larger area. And you seem to be And you can see that there is a... It seems to be like a layered platform, kind of circling around here. Oops. If you were to come out of this, you'd come out right here at the bottom. You can see various creatures seem to have been webbed up and dropped off here. And you can see another tunnel leading through at the other end.
Oh, we've got to go through.
Alright, well, I guess I will head back. And when I get to that little crossroad thing, I'm guessing that connects to the middle chamber part.
It's safe to assume.
Alright. Well, there's our option. So I will regroup and tell everyone what I saw.
Alright.
We could try sneaking past it.
We could, I mean, can help with that.
What'd you say?
I said you do have spells and help with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather not get murdered. So I vote stealthy.
Jim?
Jim?
Yeah, I'm fine with stealth as well.
Alright. So let me post
Is it possible Jim could wear my invisibility cloak? Or is he too big?
I could cast invisibility on myself.
Yeah. So I'm the one who's gonna fuck up, probably.
By the way, here's those creatures I was describing if you're interested in how they looked.
Callan,
Oh.
I vote that if Lorstis fucks up, since we're both invisible, we just abandon. I mean, he's got the demon sword thing. He can get out of it.
You do have the demon sword.
I believe I can do it.
You've 1v1 bosses before.
Yeah, I have.
You got this.
Yeah, sure.
Is he too big to wear the invisibility cloak? With
Lorstis
his
is
extra muscles?
I'll just wrap it around myself like
I
a
think
very
he'd
tiny
have,
blanket.
I think he'd have to spend a while attuning to it, and I don't think he has
Oh,
any attunement
yeah.
slots left.
Yeah, I don't even have any slots, dude.
Alright, well, I guess I'm going invisible then.
I
Alright.
also cast greater invisibility on myself.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on the group.
Alright. Which is
Alright,
good,
that's-
because
that's-
Lorstis is normally rolling a stealth at disadvantage in here because of all the webbing, so it's going to just come out to a straight stealth roll.
I
So-
thought Pass Without Trace 10.
Oh, no, you're not invisible, sorry. Jim is going to be rolling a straight stealth roll. Lorstis is still going to be rolling it
At
at
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
But I've got... So,
So, let's go
Alright.
ahead and roll our stealth checks.
there's no chance then he can cast invisibility on me, is there?
Not you and myself both.
I mean, you're expendable, let's be honest here.
Throwing heat. No reason.
No comment.
There it is.
can I... Age.
So, Callan, as you cast your spell and then go invisible, the shadow emanates from you, obscuring everyone in the area. As you and Jim kind of lead the charge being invisible, you both manage to make it to the passageway at the other end. Lorstis, following behind, his foot gets caught in the webbing. As he tugs at it, it sends a great vibration through. And Callan, you see it at the ceiling, starting to climb down, climb down on a web. A massive, gargantuan black spider. As it looks down, you hear it. I see you trespassing in my domain. Half-orc. You do not smell of the Fae. If cat's got your tongue, then I'll go ahead. I haven't had any mortals in a long, long time. So, anyone participating in the battle can roll initiative.
John, you should rage while you're trying to get your foot out. Get really mad at it.
Yeah, can I be
Yeah.
mad? Can I be mad that I got caught and say I'm raged?
If you beat it in initiative.
Okay.
You did it.
13. I did it.
You actually did.
Yay!
So,
I'm only half fucked now.
Can you point out where John's stuck at on the map?
Oh shit! I got a 9.
right there.
Okay,
Right where? Oh, there it is. The little
the X.
Orby.
Right here.
X marks
Okay.
the spot.
this place.
So, Callan, what'd you get?
17.
Did anyone
Well,
get
my-
above that?
My clicker's way off.
How do you do the clicker?
You just hold mouse button.
I'm clicking
Oh,
like
okay.
from it.
Did Jax also get a 17?
Yes.
Who's going first?
Ooh, I'll go first, but we're holding our turn.
Okay.
It doesn't see us, so can we like hide, like by Lorstus and wait for the spider to attack him and then ambush it?
Sure.
I will also do this.
Jim, you got a 9?
Yes, you did.
If
Did
I can-
you roll for Thea?
Yes. She's leading up the rear. She got a nat 1 on her initiative. So, as the spider crawls down the web, landing behind you, Lorstus, you can feel its presence. Callan, you're up. Forgive me for what I'm about to do.
I don't like this.
Oh look, meme music.
Alright, yes, I will break the cover and.
I'll give you advantage since you were stealthed.
Alright, well, I'm gonna use my. Activate both my swords.
Alright.
Thank God. 26 and 23 hit.
Fucking potentiometer. There it is.
1d6, 2d6 plus. Let me add it up again.
Let's go, boy. Let's nuke it. Me and
50. And then since I attack, Jax gets his attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
$62.
Alrighty. So, as this thing lands, you immediately lash out with your sword, cutting through this thing. Its blood pouring onto the web as it cries out. Jax's turn.
come on. Even you?
15.
15, alright. So, Jax leaping up and biting at this thing. Lorstus.
Yeah, I'm gonna end instead of it being like an angry yell, it's more along the lines of a terrified yelp.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start swinging with good old Totally not cursed Craven Edge. Does 16 hit?
It does not, actually.
21?
21 hits.
Make sure I got the numbers right.
I started off with 77 damage. You better make it up.
12.
And
You did it.
It passes its save.
I figured.
So as you slash this thing once, but not putting enough oomph into it, its hide thicker than you thought. You push the second time, stabbing straight through it, the blood getting soaked in, but you feel no strength surge through you. Jim.
All right, one more.
I think you cut out there, man.
No, so I'm looking through my list of spells real quick. Shit.
What's up?
Oh, I deleted too much of this URL.
Rip.
Phaser.
What you casting, Jim? I got a spell book if you wanted me to.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna cast Magic Missile again.
Alright. Which level?
I'll go with I cast it at level 5 last time, right?
Yeah.
So cast that. 26.
Alright.
Of course, this uncloaks.
Yes. So as Jim uncloaks and sends a barrage of this blue magical energy slamming into the side of this thing, it's now crying out. It's clearly sentient. It can form words. It's time for it to go.
I don't wanna.
It's going to hit you both times, Lorstus.
I don't wanna.
Make a Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Pass it.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's not too much damage. 24 damage, and you're going to only have, well, no, you have all of it because you're raging.
Yep. Wait, since I passed half of poison too.
The poison damage is going to be 2. Do you have poison?
I resist everything except psychic.
So you'll take 24 divided by 2 is 12. So you'll take 8 points of damage from that.
Okay. That wasn't so bad.
So, as it bears down on you, Lorstus, Thea is going to try to attack. Alright, so Thea uses her arrows, but doesn't manage to hit the thing. Her arrows bounce right off of its thick carapace. Callan,
Alright.
19 hits. Oh, and that 20.
Oh, baby.
Let's go. Let's kill it.
Alright.
4 misses.
Kill it, Alex. Kill it.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the second one doubled for being a crit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 2d6 and one of these doubles. The second one. Okay.
Right.
And then, Jack gets his attack.
'21 definitely hits.
16.
So, as Callan, you slash into this thing and then slide under it, cutting through its belly. This thing roars out, turning and facing you, its eyes, all 8 of them bearing down on you. As you send its blood just soaking the webbing. It's now Jax's turn.
21.
Yeah, 21 hits.
15.
15, alright.
I'm getting carried.
No shit. As
Again.
Jax bites up, biting out one of its legs again. Lorstus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast sword.
20 hits. 18 just barely manages to do it.
Alright, that'll be 4d6 plus 22.
And it failed
Yeah.
the second roll.
It takes 41 damage.
Alright. And it failed its second con save.
Yeah, now I'm maximum swole.
Oh, you're at 25?
Yep.
Okay. So, Lorstus.
Yeah, let's go. What happens to me?
As you slash through this thing once, the second time, you feel the power surging through you and you hear Craven Edge. Yes, finally full. No master of mine has ever fed me this well. And you watch as the blade shifts form into a larger, jagged blade that's just seeping, emanating shadow. All attacks with this sword now deal an additional 2d6 necrotic damage.
Hell yeah.
Is that permanent?
We'll have to find out, won't we?
I don't care if it's cursed. I love it. AJ, thank you for giving me this thing.
Don't thank me just yet.
Of
Ah,
course.
So, Jim,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
no.
Hmm.
What tricks you got up your sleeve this turn?
How hurt does this thing look?
Starting to look bloody.
All right, and what challenge rating is it?
Custom.
Oh, okay. Well, what?
We'll probably
would you
call
say?
it around 9 or 10.
All right. Yeah, I can swing that. Um. I take the image of the creature in my mind,
Oh
not
my
necessarily
fucking
to
God.
use it now, but to keep it for later.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think I see what's going on.
Alright.
Jim's a clever boy.
Yeah, he fucking is.
And I,
Yeah, alright. Oh, I can dig that.
I try my hand at another Otto's Irresistible Dance on the spider for now,
Yeah.
just to make sure that it won't
Yeah.
dive at someone else.
Yeah, as you point your finger, the spider just starts dancing uncontrollably. Its legs jutting out as it cries out, You're hiding in the shadows. It's now going to try and break free of that. What's your DC again? 17?
Yes.
Nope, it's still dancing this turn. Thea is going to try and smoke it. Jim can just shut things down easily.
I love it.
And Thea
Yeah,
is going to get a
expendable
hit.
my ass.
Yeah, Thea's going to get a little bit of damage in as an arrow finally manages to land.
I hold things in place while you fuck them up.
Mm-hmm. So we're back up to Callan.
I really hope I get to see what this sword does now. I got
15 doesn't hit, right? Or do I have advantage?
It's dancing. You get advantage on it.
27? 22? Alright.
Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, wait, you
I
have
had
an
a
offhand.
offhand.
13 doesn't hit.
Yeah, now that the spider's dancing, the music fits.
God damn it. 39. 4. Okay.
And Jax is hit.
22 will do it.
13.
13. Yeah, so as you cleave through this thing again, your offhand not managing to get through, but this thing, it's starting to look pretty weak now. You guys have cleaved through this sucker. Lord Jax's turn.
18's a hit.
Just barely. Another 14 points of damage. Alright. As Jax biting into its leg, tearing at it, you can see now its carapace is starting to crack. Lorstus.
Advantage because it's dancing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That could have been a
Not
crit.
using your
if I had the
axe.
Yeah, but okay. Well, there's the first hit.
25 will do it.
All right, so it'll take 4d6 plus 22,
And next.
and then another 2d6.
Oh damn! 3 6s.
Just 2d6, no modifiers at all, just 2 straight d6.
An additional 2d6 whenever you hit, so each hit's gonna get an additional 2d6.
So 4d6 total.
Another 46, yeah. Yeah. So as Lorstus now, shadows seeping from him and pouring off the blade, almost like a liquefying gas as it pours down and spreads across the floor. So he brings his blade up and slashes through it twice. You can see now this thing, its innards are starting to pour out of it. It's not looking good at all.
AJ, I just realized you turned me into a Dark Knight.
Yeah, well, Jim.
Thank you.
All right. It's my turn.
Yes.
I finally. Okay. I finally lift my spell of the Irresistible Dance off of the spider, only to take a running start at it, leap up, and try and stab it with my rapier
All right.
from above.
You know what,
And-
Jim? I like that. I'm going to give you advantage.
Let me roll 1d20 plus. You said it was my
It's going to be
Proficiency.
your dexterity plus your proficiency. Plus
Okay.
an additional 1 because you got a +1 rapier.
plus 7.
20 is going to do it. Want to roll again, see if you get a crit? 22 is definitely going to do it. Let's go ahead and roll damage
Alright.
for that bad boy. It'll be a D8 plus 2, I believe. No, plus 3. Yeah, Jim, so... So as this thing's dancing, you see your moment. As one of the legs lifts up, you jump, catching it with one foot, and using the momentum of the lifting leg to your advantage, you throw yourself up, doing a little twirl before you plunge your blade into the back of this thing, lifting your spell, so now it can, as you twist, you can see blood pouring down this thing's back, as it's now going to take a turn to try and lash out at Callan. Callan's the one doing the most damage to it as of late. Then that one and then a 20, it's going to hit you. Callan, make a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20.
Alright, 20. So you'll take... Luckily enough, you're only going to take 20 points of damage. As it bites into you, you can feel the strong, potent poison pulsing through your body, but you manage to resist it. Staying on your feet. Thea is now going to try and finish this thing off. She doesn't manage to hit it though. Her arrows plinking off of this thing's hard carapace. Back up to you, Callan.
Finish it.
18.
Barely hits, the 12 misses.
Mm, 11. That's 24. Jack's hit. 24 plus 17.
Alright. So now it's Jax's turn.
41.
Okay. So as you throw your sword up, getting it once, but your other two swings clinking off of its carapace, as this thing is looking bloody, Jax jumping up, clawing and biting at it. Lorstis, can you finish this thing off?
Yeah, I'm gonna crit it right here, right now. That's not quite a crit. That's a crit.
There it is.
Alright, so, yeah, let's just, 4d6 plus 22. And those second set will double. And then another 4d6.
Yeah. So, Lorstis, how do you want to do it?
You know that scene from Chamber of Secrets when Harry stabbed the basilisk through the mouth with the sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, so as the creature bites at you, bites at Callan, you cut it across the leg and it turns, reaching out towards you. As you scream out, thrusting upwards with your blade, you feel a sharp pain in your arm as one of its fangs dig into you. But Jim, you're on its back and you watch Lorstis' jagged, darkened blade pierce the roof of its mouth right in front of your face. You have to take lean back, and he twists. As you pull it out, you see one of its fangs jutting out of your arm, Lorstis, but the creature tumbles beneath your feet.
Oh, you did it exactly like how it was in that movie.
He said he wanted to do it like the movie.
I want to do it like the movie!
Right up to the part where you get fatally poisoned.
So, you guys did that. Callan's a fucking murder house right here, apparently.
Hooray.
I'm doing my fair share now that I'm all buffed up.
Yep. Alright. Dead spider at your feet. How do you guys want to progress through here? What do
Is
you guys
there any
doing?
like loot in its lair?
You can roll an investigation check.
I'm keeping that fucking spider fang. That's my trophy.
Well, before we leave, I take note of what I did before I stabbed the spider. That running jump.
Yep.
I'm gonna save that for later. That might be a useful tactic to develop.
Could be. So, Callan,
If
as
you
look
know
got
what
it
I mean.
for you.
If you know where I'm headed with.
I know what you're saying. As you look around, you don't find a lot of wealth, but let's see what I can do here. So as you look around, most of these creatures seem to be failings, and they don't seem to carry too much on them. However, you do find one thing of interest as you see a body he was recently feeding on. You find it's strange looking. It's on this creature. It seems like it's got the legs of like a goat, but a humanoid body with curling horns. And it's clutching what seems to be this bone, like these two bone pipes that are like tied together, and one of these bones has several different holes cut into it.
Well,
You killed Mr. Tumnus.
it's either a fawn or a satyr.
Satyr.
I guess I will pick it up and examine it.
Roll an Arcana check.
At 20.
Yeah, as you look at this, it seems to be an instrument of some sort. And it'd be kind of hard to tell what they do without actually playing them, but it seems definitely like it's got some kind of enchantment on it.
Lucky for us, I travel with someone that can play instruments. I will throw it to Jim.
I take the pipes in my hand and look them over once.
Yeah, as you look it over, Jim, you've heard with that nat 20, you've heard tales of something like this. You've heard tales of Fey crafted instruments. This seems to be a pipe of haunting. You know, it's got 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily.
Ooh.
Each creature within 30 feet of you when you play this, they can hear this instrument, must succeed on a DC 15 saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute.
You can do what he did to the giant, except on a giant scale.
I look these pipes over and I say, oh boy.
So, you guys doing anything?
Did that spider have like venom sacs or anything like that on it? That I would know.
You might be able to get something out of it if you want to roll a survival check.
25.
It had some left. It was a little hard to extract because of Lorstis's finishing blow on it, but you managed to get a one of its smaller sacs of venom.
Nice.
I guess the only thing we can do now is keep moving forward.
So how are you guys going to progress? Do you guys need to take a rest or anything?
I mean,
No.
you probably that one.
What was that?
What'd you say?
You probably know my answer to that one.
Yes.
No.
I'm
Alright.
fine too.
So.
Yeah, I'm also fine. I didn't lose any health on that.
All right.
We just showed up out of nowhere and fucked that spider to death.
Oh yeah. So, as you guys progress through another long tunnel, it eventually starts curving upwards. You guys find yourself back. You find yourselves back to the surface. You can see the hazy purple sky. No longer a forest, though, a long plainlands. But Callan, as you look across the plains, you can see another forest, densely populated with trees, and a large, giant tree jutting out of the middle of it. But you also see another tree on the western end of the plain. Smaller tree, but it's a singular tree in this plainlands that stands.
So it's like one tree in the middle of the plains, and across the plains is the forest with the world tree.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Man, I'm feeling like we need to go take a look at the one lone tree in the plainlands.
Yeah. Alright.
I smell loot.
So, as you guys head towards the lone tree, I think we'll call it a night there.
Fine with me.
Shorter session tonight, but it's getting late and I gotta sleep.
Yeah. I need to make dinner.